broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
We have a big love. We have a big love.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's recap of MTV's Todrick. I am your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by my lovely co-host. We have...
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Nino.
And we are joined by some very special guests. My bad, I have my volume on. We are joined by some very, very special guests who know all things Todrick. We have makeup extraordinaire, Miss...
Lipstick Nick.
And the right-hand man gal of Todrick. Who are you?
I'm Mrs. Iglesias. I'm Chester Lockheart. Daily kind of a thing, so it's going to be a little too often for you, probably.
So, getting into this episode, we have yet another big, extravagant production, as Todrick always likes to do. And this time, it's about a love that he has had, a very epic love, one of those loves that you try to get rid of, but you just can't stop thinking about that person and that time.
We've
It's
all
so
had
lovely.
it. We've all had
That
that.
We've
one,
all-
You know,
yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
That one person.
Speaking of that one, who was that one for you guys? Any epic loves happening?
Oh, just throw the names out there. Go ahead.
You know, sometimes the epic loves are also the epic fails.
But you learn from those
You
fails.
You learn.
You learn from those
you learn,
fails.
Yeah.
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 I'm still waiting for
That's
you.
all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
First name carb, last name hydrate. So carbohydrates.
Oh my
is
gosh,
actually,
I've
that's
been in
my
love with
epic
them forever too.
Yeah, it's an
Wow.
ongoing thing.
It is an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a love-hate relationship.
Mine's just a love, honestly.
Yeah.
You know?
We should have had. Oh, me? Oh, we going to me too?
Yeah, you have to answer something too.
You know, it's.
And then I see,
Aw.
but see, I do that to everyone, and then I skip over me. So,
Yeah. So Tony, tell us about you.
my epic love is one that I just cannot get out of my mind. It is strawberry Pop-Tarts with turkey bacon and eggs and orange juice.
Wait,
Breakfast.
strawberry Pop-Tarts.
That is unfrosted.
Ooh.
That is
unfrosted.
yes,
Me too. I like
yes.
unfrosted.
Listen, ain't nobody trying to have all them
Really?
sweets that early
Okay,
in the morning.
Chester.
That's too much.
What?
It is not.
I just like the way the bread tastes. The
Yeah.
bread is so good.
Ooh,
like,
you know what I do? I break it in half and then I like eat the middle part
Okay,
and
I
save
like-
the crust part for later.
You're,
That's
that's
love.
disgusting.
No,
do you
that's
do that
love.
with
Inside
Oreos
out.
too?
Huh?
Do you do that with Oreos too?
No, Oreos I eat regularly.
Okay.
But I do that with McDonald's chocolate chip cookies. I break it and then I save the outer parts for later.
Wow.
It's so good. Get your
Okay.
life,
There's
Chester.
a
Get your
technique.
life.
There's a
Get your
technique.
life.
Look, she likes to store her things for later on. My goodness.
I like to eat things in a certain way.
Do you just have like a storage unit full of just like outer rims of cookies?
No, trust me. Listen, they don't last that long.
Do you keep like your pizza crusts and just like you
No,
collect them?
no.
Just
I have to-
Consistency, Tony.
No,
Consistency.
I have to listen.
We need to.
I just like to eat certain things first, and I like to save the best for last.
I do
So
that
you know,
sometimes.
I like to
We
save
all
the
do
crust
it.
for last,
I respect that.
or the outer. Okay.
Okay,
Anyway.
next. Anyway, back to the episode here.
So back to the episode. So we have this huge video, Epic Love,
Yes.
and it's going to feature a lot of the love stories and love movies that we're all familiar with.
I love this. This
Me
is
too.
such a
Such
dope
a cute
concept.
idea.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
What's your all-time favorite romantic movie?
Titanic.
Titanic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Notebook.
Notebook?
Yeah.
It was good.
Just a classic.
I go back and forth. Mine is sometimes Made in Manhattan because that just like came on recently. Like I love the whole like, you know, she was like a hardworking housekeeper who just so happened to fall in love with a politician. And then there's like, Pretty Woman, the hooker for one day that found the man of her dreams.
Right.
Like I was this close to like being one just to see if it worked out for me.
Yeah,
my
I'm glad you
gosh.
didn't go that route.
Yeah, but I mean, just
Or
for
did you?
No, but like just for
Tony, eh?
right. It's a whole new meaning. But just to like see like okay, like it doesn't okay. Well then I'll just go back home.
Mine's super corny. I think mine is Grease.
Really?
Yeah, I mean it's like comedic and funny, but still like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell
And
me
there was-
more.
there was
Like,
a
does he
lot-
have a car?
Right. You know what I mean?
I want to know.
I get it. You want to know?
Yeah.
Just break out into dance right now.
He
Song
will.
and dance right now.
He will.
So this video featured scenes from like The Hunger Games, Forrest Gump, The Notebook,
Loving
Brokeback
Basketball.
Mountain,
Ow.
Avatar, Spider-Man, Love and Basketball. So like this literally was about to be epic.
Yes.
Did you guys feel pressure and like? Because I know Nicole, you had. Like when they started naming some of the movies, you were like, "Okay, makeup, okay."
I was like mental note. Okay, I was like trying to take a mental note of like every movie. Okay, how much makeup is in that? Like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna need? And then I started getting excited, and I was like, Avatar, let's do a black light scene.
Yeah.
And then I just was like, why did I just add that to my movie? Like, what am I doing? Like, but I can't help it. Like everyone's just excited, and I was like, okay, I really want to do that. And yeah, it was a lot. I definitely felt pressure. The
Yeah.
shoot, like it was crazy, and not only that, we had a time crunch for the location.
Yes.
And it was just so many things like crammed into one. And like for the tree scene, I literally had like an hour and a half to paint him into the tree, and it was like
And also the sun was going down, so the light kept
it
changing.
kept changing, and
And
usually
the
like-
rain.
and then it rained.
And then
like,
it rained.
The
And
one
it's-
time
Yeah.
that
it rains
that
in
it rains,
California.
yeah.
It was just, it was that night, and it was
Epic.
just crazy. I mean, when you title the video "Epic Love," there's already that pressure that every scene has to be so
Epic.
perfect and
Yeah.
beautiful and amazing, and it's like, we do things on just last minute, no budget, and just kind of throwing it together on our own. So
Yeah.
it's like we couldn't believe the outcome of it, honestly.
Well, Chester, you got your life doing the Brokeback Mountain scene.
I honestly, like, when I suggested it, it was, like, not 100% for real. I was, like, kind of making a joke, and Todrick was, like, down for it, which was surprising. And I said,
Yeah.
okay, well, let me give myself a gig.
Let me get my boots.
Yeah,
Let me get my hat.
And I actually had those on deck, just for this kind of occasion. I have
have
my
to.
coat.
You gotta be ready to get ready because you never know.
Yeah, I got my lasso, and we went to the ranch, and it happened.
But
Literally.
you guys actually looked really good during that scene. Like I have
it
to
was so
say,
legit, like very authentic. We were all like,
Thank you.
okay, where'd this come
You.
from?
I'm like acting so hard, like
That stare, that like deep
yes,
stare.
that deep stare, like
so much.
I can't quit you.
Yeah,
Like I felt
It was
you
all
saying
there.
that, like
It was
in
all
your
there.
face. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt that. I felt it.
Yeah,
I felt it.
I didn't have any lines, so I wanted to have dialogue
Yeah.
with my face.
You killed it.
You
you.
did.
Killed it.
You did.
Thank you.
Well, like the whole location like worked out really for you
Yes.
guys because you were able to film everything in like one area, which like can sometimes be unheard of because you're like, okay, so how are we going to get from here to here in enough time? But like
Right.
luckily that all worked out.
Well, what you actually don't see is that
That's what we want to know.
this ranch that we're on
Uh-huh.
is enormous,
Yeah.
and that area where like the pond is, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's another area where we filmed the Spider-Man thing. Those are all actually really, really, really far away from where we shot the water scene.
Yeah.
It's all in the same place, but it was like quite a walk. So
Yeah.
A run.
So we'd a run, and we're
Quite a run.
having to pick up all this equipment.
Yeah.
And Sean is like carrying a camera, and we're just like, I mean, we had no time. We had so many scenes, so it was literally running, carrying buckets of stuff. And if you forgot something,
Oh,
it was
Right, you'd
over,
run.
and you had to
Yeah.
run back. And then we just didn't have the time, so it was.
It looked amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, thank
it's
you.
crazy. It
Thanks.
didn't even look like California. Like
No.
in
It
many
didn't.
places.
It didn't.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
that Forrest Gump scene. I was like, what?
Yeah.
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 It's crazy.
that was shot at the
Well,
ranch too?
No, that
Or
was
separately?
That was.
Was that a park?
Where did we
Everything
shoot
is
that?
a blur.
Oh,
Honestly.
it's a blur.
It was
I
somewhere
bet.
in
It was
LA.
like a
Yeah.
park, like in front of it, like with like a bench and the tree.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just we're just like
Yeah.
okay, I guess.
Like, it's like this will work. It has a
This'll
bench.
work.
We're good.
Yeah.
See that moment in life on the ranch where you wish you had a golf cart where you can just get from
Oh
point
my
A to point B.
gosh.
That's a good invent. We should actually pitch that
Yeah.
to Toddy because
Yeah.
sometimes that would come in handy.
Oh my
Load up
gosh.
the golf cart. We
Yeah.
gotta go.
Hey, but I cannot
It was-
drive it for sure. That
No,
is the recipe
well, you
for
can't drive a
disaster.
car, so
True.
Any golf
Very
cart is
true.
just-
Uber is your friend.
Yes, she
Yeah.
is. She is. We're BFFs. She's in my top 8 on MySpace. For sure.
One more about Todrick and stunting is a habit, and Todrick literally got and did his own stunt for that Spider-Man scene. By the way, great waterworks for that one.
Thank you. He would not agree with that.
Trying to drown people.
Okay, listen. This was it. Okay, here's what happened. Because when you're hanging upside down, like the water can like rest in your face, and he was wearing this cloth mask.
Yeah.
And it was hard because there was the music playing and the water was going, and there were like chickens and stuff. It was like a real.
You couldn't hear anything.
You couldn't hear
You couldn't
anything.
hear him say stop.
Yeah, and he when he was moving, I didn't understand what was happening, and also from where I'm standing, there was just a lot. There was a lot going on. There was like why? So I couldn't tell that he was saying stop, and then I was like, oh, I need to stop. And then by that time he was on the ground and he was like waterboarded officially, and he was just like, you gotta turn it off when I say stop.
I love that he was like, I'm not at a Disney parade like waving like that means stop.
I'm not at a Disney meet and greet.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. I died. I was like, poor thing. I was like, Chester, either you had some aggression towards him that day.
No.
And you were just like, I'm gonna get you with this water. You remember what you said last week?
No.
I got you.
I was trying to help him moisturize. I mean, at the end of the day, that's the most important part.
That is most important. I mean, you have cameras there and you're on screen. Like, you want that skin to glisten.
Yes, and it was. It was soaked.
It was soaked.
Yeah.
But good for him for figuring out the whole, like, backwards, like, Spider-Man kids. Yeah. Because, I mean, it worked
committed.
out.
When he says he's going to do something, he's committed. Like, he
super
was, like,
committed.
not about to not have that scene in there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I was like, that ankle's gonna snap. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Well, it had a huge teddy bear shoe cushioning it. So it was fine.
Yes.
It was good. Yeah.
Those shoes were epic.
Yes. Amen.
Real epic. But when I did find it interesting when Todrick was in the studio with Jeeve, and we found out that Jeeve was kind of going through a little breakup himself. Is he okay?
Yeah. He's good.
Is he good?
Yeah. He's such a great guy.
Okay.
Like, we all go through it. Just so happened that he was going through something at that time, so it was just kind of one of those things where.
It was one of those moments where I was like, oh, because Todrick had just finished talking about his epic love and how he still Facebook stalks that person, who we're still trying to figure out who that person is, but no one will give me that tea, so Todrick texts me about that.
No.
No comments still.
That's none of my business.
Just turn into TMZ real quick. Everyone's
Just call me Kermit the Frog. And then Jeeve went into, like, he was like, it's pretty much done, and I was like, oh, bless your heart.
Yeah, Jeeve is a really good guy, and but he's just like a really upbeat person naturally. So he's good. We all go through those things. But,
Well, shout out to you, Jeeve. If you're looking for love, you let folks know so we can hook you up.
Yes.
He's a great guy.
Somebody always knows somebody. I know a few people.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I don't claim to be like, Patty Sanger or anything like that, but, I can at least find you a free meal.
This dating site just happened
Free
right
meal.
now.
Find you something. Listen, you never turn down a free meal.
It's true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. If somebody wants to take you out on a date, it's like, sure, let's go to dinner. Because I'm hungry. And since you asked me, you're paying.
Yes.
And we're not going through the drive-thru at Wendy's.
I see how the hooker thing came about,
Oh, you tried it?
Sorry.
You tried it, Chester. We tried it during the after show. Tried it. You came for me.
I did not.
You know how you come for me?
How?
Don't.
Okay.
That's how.
True.
That's
True.
I also like the notebook scene, but who was in charge of the paddles that didn't make it into the boat?
I don't think any of us thought of that. Like, it was like I was like behind the camera, and like everyone was like around. Not one person was like, "Wait, do we have a paddle?"
And
like,
it also
was just
wasn't
so not.
Yeah, and it wasn't planned that them being in the boat. The boat was just like there,
available.
Yeah, and because we were gonna just do the dock scene, and then we're like, oh well, they're in the boat, and the thing, this is perfect. And then I think because we were in a hurry and. Sometimes
Not
big
thinking.
things just get left out, and they were like, "Let's get in the boat." And then when they were in the middle of the lake, we finally were like,
I love.
How do we get them back?
I love how Sean.
How did you get them back?
They literally
had
to paddle.
Yes.
We contemplated somebody jumping in and getting them, and then we're like, maybe we'll throw them a rope. But then we're like, we don't have a rope, and then it was just like,
and it was just they were so far out. It was a hot mess for sure.
I love how Sean just looked up and was like, you guys are kind of far.
he's like, can you just come closer? Tori's like, we can't just come closer.
Like, all of a sudden, like, you can just be like, okay.
Yeah, just scoot over.
Scoot over.
Just, like, scoot over a little bit. But the whole dock scene, ooh, like
Steamy.
I love like with each shot there was like this like steamy moment of like the kiss, and I was like, yes, y'all are okay, y'all are like
Kaylee was
putting people
getting
through
acting.
it.
Acting.
And I would like to
Yes.
point out that I was also in charge of the water in that scene, but I did a great job that
You
time.
did,
Yes.
you did.
I had the tools to succeed. It was a great hose.
Listen, if,
Shout out to my co-star, the hose.
listen, if anybody needs an epic rainfall, you call Chester.
Yeah, Chester
He
Lockheart.
got
It's great.
you.
It's
He got
great.
you.
I've got a lot of special skills.
No, it turned out really good, and like just how the water was hitting, and like she jumped up, and it was like I was like, yes, y'all better do this. Y'all are putting people through it.
Yeah, it was.
It
we
was
were
cold.
on set.
It was really cold
Yeah.
too, and it was overcast that day. It was just yeah, it was a lot of things. So
Freezing.
they're troopers.
Well, speaking of cold, we get to the Avatar makeup and scene.
Yeah, that was at the end. That was the last thing we did. That was the last
Yeah.
shot of the day.
Like, and I know, like you guys said earlier, you're always on like a time crunch. Like at that time when you realize like you only have like an hour and a half, and you have to. And Avatar is not something you can be like 1, 2. Okay, you're good. Like it's
Yeah.
and you were so detailed with it. Like literally, it looked like y'all said we're gonna do Avatar, and you went into the Avatar movie and pushed them out, and then put them in the video. like
Well,
like
thank
that's how it
you.
looked. Yeah. So
Thanks.
so like you know how was that? And then with everything that was happening with the rain and then the lights going out. Like, how was that moment for you? Were you like, ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it?
Yeah, I really didn't think I was, and like, there's been some time crunches where I'm always like, I know I'm gonna pull this. I know we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
But this, I was really like, we might not do this.
Yeah.
And we were just trying to like stay positive, and I was trying to move so fast. And at that time, Todrick had already gone through about 6 or 7 makeup changes. He'd been wet twice, had to dry
Yeah.
him off, redo just his like basic male grooming makeup.
Yeah.
And then we did the scene where he gets painted into the tree.
The tree.
Then he had to. What you guys didn't see is him running around. Everyone's squirting him with water because it's just water-based makeup, so it
Yeah.
comes off with water.
Yeah.
We're all squirting him with water bottles, and he has a towel because he had to take it off to then go do the scene with the water, the white scene where they're like dancing in the
Oh,
water.
We
Yes.
also had to dye and bleach his hair 2 or 3
Multiple
times.
times.
Okay.
Just-
Wait, during the shoot?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
what?
noticed that because like there were some scenes where he was blonde, and then there were some scenes where he was like where he had dark
Regular
hair.
dark hair, yeah.
And I was just like, okay, so either they shot these on different days, or
No.
Same
you
day.
running around like getting hairspray, and
You
Chester
can
literally bleached it with real bleach. Like
Yeah, you can see when they start rehearsing for the water scene, he's like got the bleach in his hair.
Oh my God.
Because
Yeah.
we just have to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And we also like one of the things when we rush and we don't think is that we never are like, oh, well, we should do this scene at this time because then that would make sense. It was
Yeah.
just like, oh crap.
he needs his hair back. This
We have to
color.
redo this, and so we just kept redoing it, and then
Yeah.
by the end of the day, his scalp was just cremated. It was on fire. It was
Oh my
so
gosh,
And then
Todd
to
Ray.
keep putting on makeup
Yes.
and taking it off. And
Yeah.
then, like, so
Face.
by the time we got to the Avatar scene, he had already removed a full body paint, had like 4 different faces of makeup, been covered in water. And now I'm like, let me put all these prosthetics on you. And his face was just like not having it. So
the face was like, listen, you got tucked and
I'm
pulled
tired,
already. Like,
yeah,
I
his
am
face is
done.
tired.
We are done.
But you didn't even have just the prosthetics for them, but you had to body paint other people. Because that whole scene was epic, once again.
the whole
But,
main
like,
cast.
It's not like people were getting body painted and helping somebody else body paint over here. It was like a whole team effort.
Yeah, it just got to the point where I was like, everyone needs to just grab this, and I had to focus on Toddy. So I was like, okay, I was like, everyone take this in a sponge, and like Chester was just body painting Von Zell, and Von Zell was body painting Chester at the same time, and like
Mayhem.
it was just
It
mayhem.
was
And the lights
mayhem.
go out, and it was crazy.
It was like a story. It was like it was not real.
Yeah.
I was like, are the lights really? No, it's okay. And now it's raining.
Yes.
And then shout out to
Okay.
Apple. Everyone's like, iPhone.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
that. It was like, and everyone was like,
I'm
it's
just
like,
doing this
there was
with this
no-
app, with this
yeah.
little light. It was crazy.
That was like a free plug right there, Apple.
right.
So many things.
Send us stuff.
Yeah.
I always say this each and every week, but I just love how you guys work together. Like it's such a team effort. It's not one of those things where, because you know there are some people who are like, I'm here to do this and this only, and don't ask me to do anything else. But it's like, you know, it's like you're there to do makeup, but yet you're like picking up things and pulling things and transporting things. You are like taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of. Plus, also sometimes in front of the camera as well. I just love that it's such a team effort.
Yes.
And it's so hard to like find people who can see the vision and will help you get there. So like I commend you guys so much because these ideas are cray sometimes.
They are, yes.
And
Well,
you
it's
guys
taken a
pull it
while.
off.
It's taken a while to find, I think, like our little, we're like a family. You
Yeah,
know? Like
truly.
we spend so much time together that
Yeah.
everybody like also cares about like what's going on in my personal life or your personal life. Like we
Yeah.
all talk and like actually hang out too. So
Yeah.
it makes it easy when we're in work mode. We like actually, I really care if Chester needs help getting bleach for something, or like
Yeah.
he really cares if I have what I need. Like
Right.
so it makes it like work. But listen, there's been some people that have come in and they've been out because they can't hang, or like
It's
it's
so
just
much,
so
you have
much.
to- Yeah.
Like you have to be down for the cause
Yes.
all the time, and
They're
no
like,
matter
listen,
what.
it is 4 a.m. and I'm not trying to be up anymore. And you need me to do what? No, I gotta go. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Yes, and people cannot hang, but
Yeah.
we just do it, and it's crazy because there's so many times when you wonder how you're gonna get to that point, and then like 3 days later when I haven't slept and we're up and she's doing makeup for like Nicki Minaj, for example, she did all these makeups in like 3
yeah.
hours.
We did sleep for like 48 hours because there was like
Yeah.
10 different fold out drag makeups like back to back, and
Yeah.
that was like a whole nother thing. But then it's so much more rewarding like when you actually
When
get
you
to
see
see
it.
it
Yes.
done, and then people are like, oh, I would love to assist you. I'm like, no,
No.
you don't know
No.
what I had to do
No.
for that.
Yes.
Like you don't want to
Yeah.
assist me.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to see because you know, remember watching MTV and making the video, and you saw all these crazy big props and all the things and all the lights and the crazy red cameras everywhere, and you have Sean here with his one camera
Yeah.
and
Yes.
different angles and tight shots and just everything so minimal. But the production value turns out to be like amazing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Like this
insane.
video, I played it back like twice or 3 times last night. I'm like, we saw what was going on and how you guys were doing it, and I'm like, that just looks like $1 million video.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
You know what I
crazy
mean?
how it comes out. Because, for instance, the Avatar scene, we had like, I don't even know what they were. They were like hula hoops or they were plastic
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And Carly had to just cut them into different pieces and then like throw
paint
black
them.
light paint on
Yeah.
them. And then we like, you can't see it, but we're literally standing there with our body paint, holding them behind them as the
Right.
two avatars are
Yeah.
kissing and
Yeah.
everything. And when we were there, we were like, oh my gosh, this looks
So ghetto.
so
That looked dope.
ghetto. It looks so
It loo-
just
like-
not. It just looked like there was just like trash in the
Yeah.
tree.
worked. It
Yeah,
And
it
then-
just looked trash. We were like, what are we doing? And at that point, I think we were all just like, whatever.
Whatever,
We have to
just gotta get it done.
And then we looked behind the camera and we were like,
kind of looks beat.
it was kind of looks the beatest.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Like
so
that whole scene was like amazing,
Amazing.
especially when it cut to like them and just like the black light, and they were just like, I mean, they were serving.
yes,
They were serving it, and then it
Yes.
cut to the avatars. I was like, y'all are doing it. Like, forget
It
big
was-
budgets. Like y'all,
Yes.
That
y'all
water
are working
scene-
Well,
on like
this
$1.15.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good prep, you know, so that
Yeah.
when we are on a big budget, I'll be like,
Super.
that's cool. How long are you going to give me? You're going to be 5 hours to do this makeup?
Right.
Awesome.
It's like, oh,
Crazy.
you want to come assist me? Sure.
Sure.
Work
Yeah.
on that. You got 10 hours. Go, boo.
That water scene, tell me if it didn't remind you of that O-Town music video.
Liquid Dreams.
Liquid
Oh my
Dreams.
gosh, that was one of my favorite songs.
So-
That was my favorite song too.
Yes, sing.
Were you a fan of Old Town
You're
too?
closer? Yes.
I still listen to O-Town Radio on Pandora.
Do you?
It's a great station.
I was like,
Go
that just
to
looked
it now.
like Liquid Dreams, like on a smaller budget,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is fine because it looked even more epic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, less CGI. That was real water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I'm so excited to know that there's someone else who enjoyed O Town as much as I did.
Hi.
And like, were you
right.
kind of excited when they got back together?
oh, they got back together?
What? You don't know that? See, you've been working so hard.
What? I've been out. I haven't been up on
Aren't
my
they-
pop,
they're
on my
touring.
boy band.
They totally got back together, except
Oh my
Ashley.
gosh.
Ashley's not a part of it, but
Oh.
yeah,
Ashley's
yeah.
trying to do his own
they
thing
got,
solo.
Yeah, they
That
got back
is
Do
together.
that.
disappointing.
Just go with the
Yeah.
group.
Oh, like
You know
yeah.
how it
It's
goes.
not,
My first day of college, I went to an O Town concert and met them. No joke.
no way.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to college?
In South Carolina, but I
Oh.
drove to North Carolina to like go to the concert.
That's
wow.
commitment.
That's
That is
real.
co-
Yeah, it's dedication.
You want to know real commitment? The first time I ever took a trip outside of the town that I lived in, which is like an hour and a half away, was to go to a Walmart to meet O Town.
They were at Walmart.
Oh, I just brought up
For, like,
like
a CD
memories.
thing or
Wow.
something?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's
Yeah.
a lot more than we thought was going on here. I feel
Yeah.
like because he was like, you know that one music video, and you said, "O Town, Liquid Dreams." Like,
I mean,
you were
I was
so-
on it.
Like
I mean, I was on
this.
it. Like, you know, like, listen.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
that's
You're
true.
welcome.
Sorry.
Good
that-
observation, Nino. Good observation.
That was my little moment.
Brought me back.
But during that scene, we had a little slip and fall.
Oh,
with,
ouch, yeah.
with
Big
Jenny.
slip and fall.
Yeah, and I hate when they play it back
In
because like
slow-mo, you're like-
you're like, ooh.
How was her face when she was watching that live with you guys? Was she like
Every time she's like,
Yeah.
it's just it's how can you not cringe when you watch
Yeah.
it?
She, like,
And you
hit
don't
her
even
head,
notice
like,
it
oh my
really
God.
like the first time. Like at least I didn't like watch it. I was like, oh, and then I see you and you're like, oh god, yeah, she really
Yeah.
fell.
Yeah.
Off
That
her
bounce
back.
back, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and she looked like she was just doing something so like simple, like she was just kind of moving from left to right, and she just like went.
It
boom.
was the thing. It was like this like neoprene plastic
Mm-hmm.
like stuff we had laid down underneath it. We had to build that, by the way. That
Oh,
pool
yeah.
we had to build that little pool area out of like wood and stuff that we found,
Yeah.
and then lay this stuff over it and then fill it with water
Really
from the garden
safe.
hose.
Yeah.
It was very.
Right.
Sorry, sorry, Sag. And it was concrete underneath. It was this like concrete area.
Yeah.
And when it happened, it was like so loud, and my heart dropped because I watched it. I was watching her, and I was like,
Yeah.
and so it was crazy. But she's got
such a
back
trooper.
up.
Bounced back
Yeah,
real quick.
it was.
She was like, my back hurts. Just put some ice on it. Like, let's do that. And then she
Killed
she
it.
went in. She was just like, shoo.
yes, yes,
I was like, yes. Yeah. I mean,
how?
yeah. Like all that.
yes. I think we need to reshoot.
Yeah.
with
We need
to bring
Tony.
it to-
Listen, not only am I doing the recaps for Todd, I'm auditioning.
every
Every episode, like I'm auditioning just a little bit. Like I try to show and say just a little bit so that you know.
He
I can
wore the
put-
red to connect with.
Yeah.
the
I see that.
Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
that. You're definitely getting a call back.
At the
sure.
at the end of this, I'm gonna like put like a reel together and then send it over to y'all and just be like, you know, whenever you need somebody, you know, get into
There
it.
we go.
Just be prepared.
Be ready. I'm ready. I am so ready. So and then we had the big premiere of the video Epic Love, which I love when he does the big premieres at the end. And your mom was there.
My mom was
Yes.
there. Yes.
Like I'm sure your mom knows like what you do, but was
Yeah.
this like the first time she's like seen it at that scale?
Yeah, and I think like for anyone that works in like entertainment or film or anything like that, like like people, especially like parents, stuff like they listen and like try to understand, but you don't really understand unless you're like there watching
Right.
it happen. You know, like on a set day or like something, and the fact that she got to like see everyone that was involved in making it at Todrick's watching it, and we're all like, you know, yelling at our favorite parts and screaming and excited and holding hands, and like she got to be there for that, and it just like really hit her. And she, you know, just this past year, like with my parents has been like kind of rough, like just with
Yeah.
some like personally, my parents just got divorced and everything, so I think she was just like really happy to be there with me and like really proud of me.
Super
Yeah.
proud.
And
Super
and she, it,
proud.
actually it, before she was saying like when she's crying, she's like, I'm so proud of you, but they cut that part out. But
Yeah.
obviously she's crying because she's happy, you know. She's
Yeah.
just like, that was horrible.
See, you,
But-
I feel like whenever we're pursuing our dreams and careers, and you know, we always have our parent support, but then when your parents see it come to fruition, like I think it touches them. Then you become like emotional because you've like made them proud, which
Yeah.
we always want to make our parents
Right.
proud. So I thought that was a great moment for
Yeah,
you.
It was really sweet, and I'm such a crybaby anyway. Like you can see where it comes from. I'm always the first person to cry at anything happy or sad or like semi-emotional. I think people wouldn't think that. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you have tattoos, like your head is shaved, or like you know."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, I'm really sensitive. Like I just always cry. Anything sentimental." So
Yeah.
it was just like such a sweet moment. We were
You
so
could send her a
proud. I was
greeting
so
card.
proud of that. Yeah.
It was like a domino
really-
effect, though. It
yeah.
was like your mom started crying, you started crying, then
Thursday started crying. Carly started crying. Like the waterworks were going after that music video. Well, and I watched it too. I tried to like keep it together, but it is like a really
It's super understandable.
touching.
It's a love song,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I think another thing is that was one of the last episodes that we actually filmed. So I think everyone was just like emotionally drained, physically, everything. So we were just everyone was tired and proud, and everyone was
Yeah.
missing their mom and their
Yeah.
parents, and like so when everyone was like, your mom is like our mom, and now we're all
Yeah,
crying.
it's true. And it just also is like, you work so hard, and sometimes in the moment it's like, oh my gosh, how are we going to finish this? How is this going to come out, and how is this going to work? And then when you see the finished product and it's something you're really proud of, which we're all so proud of this video, as like the makeup was amazing, and Sean really edited this so well and looks so beautiful, and we were just like, wow, this is so cool that we get to do this, and we're like making this happen for ourselves, you know. Like, this was us working hard, and it's like, you know, it's coming to fruition, and that's really awesome for all of us.
That's the best part about Todrick. I mean, we say this all the time. I think it must have been in every episode already. But just the hard work that you guys put together, and like, you know, you push through so many adversities and so many different things, and you guys are able to do it, and you guys are inspiring so many people. I'm pretty sure you guys know that, but literally the tweets that we get and like people talking about, you know, how much you guys affect them, it's exponential. It's crazy.
That's so cool. It's the coolest thing. Well, we inspire each other, you know. Like, I think sometimes we're even like, dang, I did that. Like, I inspire myself. I'm like, did I do that? But like, or like just seeing like how hard, you know, everybody's working, it makes you just want to do your best. And it's like, if everyone feels that way, because we also care about each other, and we care about our careers, and we care about the final product, because that's our name on it, you know? So,
we definitely lift each other up, because we all have like high expectations for ourselves and our work, and it just makes us all as a family like pull up every we And that's the only way we can accomplish these things, is because we rise to the occasion.
Look, you got to. Team Toddy. You got to.
Thank you.
Before we head out, we have our live chat, and a couple of people have some comments and questions for you guys. First of all, from Tickled Tea Lady.
Hey, girl.
She says, yay, Lipstick Nick, your mom had me tearing up with the rest of you. Chester, love your lips.
Oh, thanks, girl.
They
love you too.
Let's see. And then she also had a question. She said, please ask Chester how it was. Wait, how if it was really awkward during the Brokeback Mountain scene?
Well, Toddy and I, we're like almost related basically at this point. So it was really funny to be in a scenario where we were like romantic, and he was cracking up the whole time. I thankfully wasn't looking at him, and I was just concentrating on the distance and my horse and the bundles of hay and things, because if I had been looking at him, it would have been over.
Well, Todrick cracked up. He was just like, I'm sorry, I cannot
he kept
do this.
losing it, and it was just also awkward because all our friends are like standing around and we're wearing cowboy hats and farm outfits, which I don't know if you can tell, but that's not what I normally look like.
Right.
And so it was just a really funny situation. So
it was so serious. Like, neither of you were that serious. So for them to just be like gazing off was just like
gay.
But y'all were giving Brokeback Mountain realness.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like it was really like put together like real good.
Yeah,
like y'all came around the corner, I was like, look at Jake and Heath.
I just can't quit you is the problem.
Also, Loyal Toddler says, Nicole, your face is beat as usual. And she also says, I love you, Cinnamon Apple. Who's Cinnamon Apple?
I'm Cinnamon Apple.
Cinnamon Apple.
Hi,
That's
Leslie.
you.
Oh, she tweeted earlier. What's up? How you doing, girl?
she's the best.
And then Boo69Bs says, the Avatar makeup was my favorite.
Aw, thanks.
And let's see. She also said, I was worried that Todrick was going to fall when he was upside down in the Spider-Man part. Yeah.
Didn't we
all were.
Yeah. Like during that test, I was like, ooh, thank God y'all got air mattresses down there, because slip of the rope and it's gone.
Yeah.
But you, Chester was like, yeah, she loved you, girl. Like, go ahead and kiss so we can like let this down.
I just want to let you guys know, I did like one push-up like Monday of last week, and I'm still having trouble like reaching up high at this point. So for me to be holding up another person via rope, when this was like a sketchy rope, this was not like a good industrial rope. This was like a rope from like 1912. Yeah. It was scary to say the least.
And once again, air mattresses.
Yes.
Just air mattresses.
Not the best way.
You're a friend.
But Toddy's just surprisingly light. Can we just talk about that?
Yeah, he is.
Just snatched.
Is he light?
Yes.
Come on, Todrick, being snatched.
And in the episode, he even says, I'm skinnier than I look. And it's true.
Because he wears layers all the time, but he's really thin.
Snatched boobs.
Oh, see, not I said the cat. I'm giving you Sherman Club realness under here. Yes. Yes. You let go of this shirt and it's like... But right now, it's like real, like
real good.
You would never know.
You got that waist trainer on.
You got your Spanx on?
Yes. Y'all didn't know they made Spanx for men. It's just like a tank
They're
top.
unisex.
Yeah. But then I get home and it's like, you know how girls like get home and take off their bra? I think I'll
Yes,
be saying
I
it.
do. That's all I'm thinking about right now. Actually, is just I want to get home and take off my bra.
Andrew Thompson wants to know, Chester, how did you and Todrick meet?
We actually did Hairspray, the musical, together twice.
Oh.
And we hit it off because we're both hot messes. And we started living together, and I was working for him as his assistant, which I still am.
Yeah.
And we've just been crazy ever since, and that was years ago.
I love that.
Yeah.
That was here in LA?
Yes, it was, yeah.
Oh, nice.
We did it at two different theaters, but with the same casts. And so.
Look at
That's awesome.
See,
Yeah.
look at God. Won't he do it?
Yes, won't he?
Won't he do it?
Hallelujah.
See, just setting you up for success.
Yes.
Tickle Tea Lady, you are welcome. I'm glad I was able to get your question answered. And she said, I would love to see you on Todrick. Well, thank you.
Aww.
I'm ready. I'm auditioning.
There you go. Resume reel ready to go.
Not that head turn.
You see that?
This angle. You
Yeah.
ready for a headshot?
Yeah, always.
The senior
always.
portrait.
Yeah.
Senior portrait.
The senior portrait is more so like this, but then you also have you looking at yourself like this.
It's like four of you, and you're just looking at you doing awkward poses.
I never understood that. It's just like you in the middle, and it's everyone. You're just looking at yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Brady Bunch,
You're
but
amazed.
yourself.
But
Yeah.
yourself, yeah. That's too much. Like, I remember sitting there and they'd be like, okay, tilt your head up. And you'd be like, okay, now tilt it up. And you're like, now wait a minute. And you're like, huh?
This doesn't look natural
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, because like what I really want to do is just be like,
Yeah.
but yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Olin Mills.
Yeah.
You have to love them. You have to love them.
Life touch.
Oh, yeah.
So before we head out, I always like to ask this question. What's your favorite Todrick video?
Mine's Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think someone else said Nicki Minaj last week. I think
trying to remember.
I think
maybe Kaylee.
Kaylee was the
said
video.
that. Yeah. Chester.
Mine would probably have to be The Wizard of Oz.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
It's
yeah, definitely.
beautiful. I love that, and I
Yeah.
love all the looks. And you did the makeup for that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
She's the one. Yeah, that was a lot.
Yes.
I love how you just always remain calm during these makeup things. Like you don't ever let people see you sweat.
No. Todrick sees it when he's in my chair. Yeah, he knows. Like, and sometimes, but I try to put up, this cool front because I'm
Yeah.
more like of an internal thinker. So
Yeah.
I try to like problem solve in my head, and I know that stress equals stress. So I'm not gonna like be like, oh, like frantic.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll be doing his makeup, and he's like, "Are you nervous? Are you nervous now?" And I'm like, "Close your eyes, Todrick. I'm trying to do your stuff." And he's like, "But are you nervous though?" Like he'll open up one eye and like try to look at me. I'm like, "Yes, I'm nervous. We're not gonna finish, but just shut up because I'm trying to do your makeup."
Can I just say really quickly, one of my favorite moments is when you were like in crunch time and it's like 10:55 and we have to be out at 11, and he's like, "What is that?" And you're like,
Oh
"It's-
yeah, but
it's
he's like,
fixer
this. I was
spray."
like, "It's fixer spray." He's like,
Oh, I
"What's
heard
fixer
that.
spray?" I'm like, "Just who cares? Just shut up! Like, it's going on your face." Like he's still asking questions. He's just such a curious person. He's
Yeah.
like, "Wait, what are you putting
What
on
is
me?"
that?
Like the same
Yeah.
thing I always put on you after every makeup, Todrick.
It's like, listen, just sit there. I got this. I've been having this for I don't know how many videos.
Yeah.
Like you ain't look messy yet. So just
So
trust me.
funny. That was one of my favorite
I loved
parts
that.
too. Yeah, I love that.
One thing that Andrew Thompson has the same thoughts that we've had, and he wanted to say thank you so much for all that you guys do, because as an aspiring filmmaker, you guys are a very good example of how much a small group can accomplish. I hope I get to meet you someday.
Aw, thanks,
thanks,
Andrew.
Andrew.
That's
That's
so
so cool.
sweet.
Look at that. See, y'all do touch people.
That's so sweet.
Well,
Yeah,
in
not
an
that
inspiring way.
Yes.
Inspiring way, yeah.
Uplifting.
All right, guys. So that's all the time that we have. Thank
Thanks
you
for
guys so
having
much for
us.
coming in and
Thank you.
recapping this
Yeah.
episode with
Thank you.
us.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so
Much
much.
fun.
Before we head out, let people know where they can find you, talk to you, chit chat with you, follow you, see your pictures, stalk you.
All that.
Well, you can find me at Chester Lockheart. It's the same on everything. Look at that. It's
Look
really
at
easy.
you.
So, follow me.
You can find me at lipsticknick_ on Instagram, or you can go to my website at www.lipsticknick.com to look at all my work.
Yeah.
Very nice. And once again, guys, it's your boy Nino. You can find me at Nino Llanera on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, all the good stuff.
And of course, you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Thank you guys for tuning in to another epic recap of MTV's Todrick. Make sure you guys pre-order that Todrick Music Volume 1.
Yes,
And if
yes.
there's a Volume
iTunes.
1, guess what? There hopefully will be a Volume 2. And Epic Love is now available on iTunes. And go check out that video. So go to Todrick's YouTube channel and you can see the entire video there. We'll see you guys next Tuesday for another full recap of MTV's Todrick.
Later, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.